All right, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos Super Bowl window is wide open. Finally, again, we're back, baby. And there is one move that I think gets us back to the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's exactly one move, but it's a room that needs to be fixed, maybe more than others. We will tell you what that is, who they are, all that. Joining me, as always, though, is my good friend, Broncos CU buff legend, David of David Talks Broncos. And appearing tonight, our very special guest is the host of Pro Football Hub, co-host of Gridiron Geeks, which is a wonderful show. Check that out. Links are in the description. It's our good friend, Strez. Strez, welcome to Mile High Monsters. Good to see you, brother. How are you?
Good. I'm excited about being on the Mile High Monsters. This is exciting.
It is exciting. It's the show's just kind of taken off, Stress. It's humbling.
It's meteoric rise, if you will.
Like mid?
Meteoric?
Okay, meteoric, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to CU, so I don't understand things like that.
I'm from Arkansas, so I make up half my words, I'm pretty sure.
That's right. David, how you feeling, man? It's good to see your face. It's been a week.
I know, man. Dude, I'm so excited for free agency. I'm ready to hopefully see Mike Kliss proven wrong, that we're not making Alex Singleton a priority, that we're not making Nate Atkins a priority, man. I'm ready to go out and get some game changers to put us over the top and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You don't think Nate Atkins out wide is a game changing?
Not at $3.55 million. Did you see that, Strez, man? That's crazy. I've been complaining about it every single video I've had this week on this channel, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I did a show a couple nights ago. It was a complete disaster. It was right after Kliss came out with the Singleton news that this was their priority, significant pay raise. And I was so upset. I hit the button and I was just like, man. And the whole show is just me like in shock. Like, what the hell are we even talking about here, man?
Yeah.
Like, that is a wash. Like, okay, it's literally just running it back at a position that did not help us, David. That was just a position that was not a plus. It was a neutral. And now we're going to run it back with that. That just set me off on the wrong foot, David.
Well,
make me feel better.
Thankfully, Sean Payton watches these shows, right? He watches.
He loves
to block me on Twitter, so
we'll
set him straight in this episode.
When did that happen?
When I called him out for screwing over A.T. Perry, signing Elijah Moore.
It was probably the 10th time you called him out about A.T. Perry.
I was like, why are we seeing A.T. Perry headline? Sean Payton screws over A.T. Perry.
Incredible work.
I think while we're here, Strez, what was your thoughts when you saw the Singleton news? Did it make you start to wonder about the Broncos being aggressive and going after? We know the needs. We're going to get into that here in just a second. But did it strike you the way that it struck me? Like, come on, man. Like, are we not even going to look around? Are we just going to run this back? Or did you just go, all right, whatever, Singleton, defense, let's worry about weapons? Because now that I've had a little time to chew on it, I'm kind of back to where I was before. I think they have a plan. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. You haven't been on the show in a while. So, what did you think about that? And what do you think about Alex Singleton coming back?
Yeah, a lot of people who know me know some of my thoughts on Alex Singleton. I think he was the weakest point of our defense in 2025. But we're talking at that point, we're splitting hairs. I mean, the weakest point of a top 3 defense is probably the best point on, a lot of the defenses out there in the NFL. And it shows because, he led the team in tackles again, even having missed, a couple of those games for literally getting cancer removed mid-season, by the way. Still one of the craziest things ever. But yeah, I'm kind of like, I would love for them to look around to see if we can bump up that room, even if just slightly.
Yeah.
But if they do run it back, I wouldn't be shocked or really like that bothered defensively, because the defense was not the issue. it became a little bit of a problem, towards the last part of the season, but overall the defense wasn't the issue.
The late season swoons by the defense is becoming a pattern under VJ. I think we've all recognized that. David, what did you know?
Much.
I mean, I know you kind of spoke your mind, but now that it's settled in, where are you at with Singleton coming back?
Here's the thing: it doesn't take much effort to improve, and that's why I'm gonna lose my mind if we re-sign him and give him a pay raise. Now, Strez, I can come around to, okay, maybe we bring him back for a little discount. We draft somebody to develop behind him. Okay, you can sell me on that, even though I wouldn't prefer that. But, shout out to all the Alex Singleton, lovers in my comments, because I mean, every perspective is welcome. But man, the biggest argument I hear is, well, with Alex Singleton gone, who's going to run the defense? Who's going to command the defense? Who's going to wear the green dot? Since when is Alex Singleton like a Peyton Manning type defensive mind that we just can't go without?
He's like Luke Kuechly,
Yeah, exactly. They're talking about him like he's Luke Kuechly or something crazy like that. Nah, man. Dre Greenlaw, you got plenty of time to have learned Spanish by this coming August. And, we need somebody that is not going to be such a particular target. And yeah, again, to correct or improve this position, it doesn't take much capital, either monetarily, or you don't have to spend the first or second round pick on an inside linebacker. You just don't. So, this is one of the easiest ways for us to improve the team. Now, maybe that's a hot take. I just think he was a merchant of our defensive line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with Strez. I'm kind of like whatever at this point. It's the defense. I think figuring out what we're going to do with Jaquan, Jahdae Barron, who's still sitting on the bench, our first round draft pick from last year. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah,
I think that's where the defense gets really interesting. And then of course JFM. I mean, them bringing back Singleton, the defense, when you're number 3 in the league, the defense is not really what held you back. So it's whatever. And then what you said, David, is if you can improve a position in the NFL, if you can improve a room, then by all means do that. Like, why sit on something especially when he's a free agent? It's not like you've got him under contract and you still bring somebody in over top of him, and then you're stuck with 2 contracts. You literally have a get out of jail free pass with this guy. So I can talk my way into, I don't know, kind of going either way, if that makes sense. So maybe I'm just resigned to the fact that, the defense is kind of just going to be the defense that it was. And then my copium is that's because we're going to go off on offense and really get the offense going. So I guess
if we fall back towards the average, say a top 12 defense, but our offense takes another step forward and is a top 8 scoring offense, then I think
we're onto something. Yeah.
Whatever they did works. I think but again, you look at the most recent Super Bowl champions, the last 2 years really have been like top 5 defense, top 5 offense. So there are some questions there, but I do think that there is some validity to maybe spending the money on the weapons on the offense versus the guys on the defense. And if we're going to bring someone back off this defense, why is it not JFM? Like that's kind of been my question the entirety of this offseason, is like, he was one of our most productive, like, inside D linemen. Like, why are we not trying to even have a conversation about getting him back on this roster?
Well, we are having a conversation. We're doing it right now.
We are.
But, I like what you said, though. So in a way, would it be true if I said improving our offense would improve our defense? And so maybe that defense would be okay. I would like to have JFM back for sure, but maybe the defense doesn't fall off if we improve our offense enough to sustain drives, keep the defense off the field, keep them fresh, put some pressure on, because the strength of our defense is what? Our defensive backs and our pass rush. that works great when you have a lead. Like
Yeah.
we just dominate people when we have a lead. Maybe that that plan would still work if we do go get those weapons. They still maybe we don't fall off in the defense, David. I'm seeing like workings behind your eyes.
I mean, it would be interesting to bring JFM back. Right now, our defense is at a point. Again, it's not old yet, but some of our core guys are kind of getting towards that age where I think it would be helpful to draft some more youth behind them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would much rather have JFM back here than 33-year-old Alex Singleton. But you're right. Having an offense that can get a lead and stay ahead. And part of it, maybe it wasn't just the talent, outside of like a consistent running game. Maybe Davis Webb is going to help us come out the gates a little bit more.
Save that. Let's save that until we find out whether he's even going to call preseason games, much less. But yeah, that would be nice. He's going to have some influence, though, right?
He better.
He has to.
He had to, because he had too many offers for Sean to say, "No, you're just going to do what I tell you to do and keep your mouth shut." He had offers where he could have gone and completely controlled the offense. So that does give me hope that there's some truth to that. String guys, I want an RB1 in free agency way more than a wide receiver. That'll break the bank. If we do get a wide receiver, then maybe Wan'Dale Robinson can give Nix a reliable target. That's what we're about to get into. String guy, love that comment. Guys, we need a tight end room fix. We need a wide receiver room fix. We need a running back room fix. So I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here. If you can only fix one of those three, let's say they pull a Singleton and they run it back with, the old crew and maybe another third stringer. If they do that, but they take one room and just go all in. David, I'll start with you. Which room is it? And why? And then we'll maybe get into some specifics about who it could be. And just so you guys know, watching, get in the comments, like and subscribe to all the channel descriptions are on there. And we want to know in the chat what your thoughts are on these two.
Yes,
we will include you in the show. Get in here.
I wonder if we'll have the same answer here, but honestly, the wide receiver room, I don't have much problem running it back. I don't think it's, the main issue with this offense. I think it comes down to blowing out the tight end room or, completely revamping the running back room. And we need a running game. We need a bell cow back. JK, he was great, but we can't bring him in as depending on him as a season-long starter. RJ, awesome. But I think that he's like an ideal, second back in a rotation. So in my thumbnail, I put Rico Dowdle on there. We could go bargain city with somebody like him. Of course, you guys know that I really want Breece Hall. But there's so many different options for the Broncos in free agency at the running back position. Man, it's no excuse for us not to enter, OTAs with a much better room than what we've had.
So you're saying running back room?
Yeah.
Strez, what do you think?
Big shocker coming from me. It's the running back room. It always has been. It always will be. And I mean, did we all not watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, exactly.
What Kenneth Walker was able to do, when you watch football teams that have great run games, because the Patriots also have a very good running back room. They underperformed throughout the playoffs, but that's due to because of how bad their quarterback played throughout the playoffs. But when you have a running back room that can make things happen, you don't have to have a quarterback in his second year leading the league in pass attempts again.
Thank you.
That is not. I love Bo Nix. I would give my life for Bo Nix. I would literally probably do illegal things for that man. But I don't want him throwing the ball more than Dak Prescott. I don't want that to happen. No. Not that I don't think he can do it, because obviously
he did.
He led us to the playoffs. He had the best win of any quarterback in the AFC in the postseason. So he's obviously able to do it. But how much better could the offense look? How much better could this team be if the first half of the season, J.K. Dobbins was number 5 in the NFL in rushing going into like week 17 and hadn't played since week 10. Yeah. And you look at the way that the offense kind of started to sputter a little bit. We lost the bell cow guy. And, I think Rico Dowdle's a great option. I would like to go a little bit younger. I think Breece Hall is the option. I am very much on the Kenneth Walker or die train right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. And I might have a little bit of like recency bias here because he is the first running back to win Super Bowl MVP since my favorite player of all time, Terrell Davis, did it back in 1997. And how great would it be for Kenneth Walker to follow up his Super Bowl MVP just like Terrell Davis did with a 2,000-yard season and an MVP trophy in a Broncos uniform? How sick would that be? Like, come on.
It would be amazing. And Bo Nix threw 612 attempts. Dak Prescott, 600. And then Matt Stafford, who almost got there with 597. I don't see our Super Bowl winning quarterback from Seattle on the top 12 list here. So I don't know where he fell.
And those two quarterbacks are throwing to CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and also Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. We don't have any of those 4 guys on our roster. So you can't expect your quarterback to make anything happen when they're throwing 2 guys that lead the league in drop percentage. Like, it just the math doesn't make sense to me in my own brain. It just drives me nuts.
We're going to have better hands this year after firing our receivers coach and bringing in this new guy. I totally forgot his name, but he's
Ronald Curry.
And officially signing Michael Bandy like an hour and a half ago. How about that? That's what this room needs.
That's just what we needed, was Michael Bandy. We're not going to be dropping balls anymore. Ronald Curry's going to fix that. That's why Carey had to go. Kenneth Walker III, Breece Hall, ETN, Dowdle. A lot of options out there.
Javonte's available.
Javonte, we've talked about that. J.K. Dobbins will be available. So I guess I'm going to put you guys on the spot again. And forgive me, those watching. I usually don't ambush my guests like this, but tonight's just one of those nights. So what free agent? Give me a free agent and 1 draft pick. Now we're keeping RJ Harvey because he's fantastic. He's explosive. He's our joker that we talked about all last season. We thought it was going to be Ingram. We thought it was going to be so-and-so. It turns out it was RJ. He did a little bit of everything. Catches the ball out of the backfield. He can sometimes run really well. Like, he had a great season in a lot of ways. He's just not a bell cow back. He's just not an every down back. He's a joker. Sean's going to find more ways to use him when we find 1 running back, free agent, and 1 from the draft. It doesn't look like either one of you guys are ready to answer this, so I'm going to go to Strez.
Go with Strez.
Free agent. I just said it.
All right, so we're going to
Kenneth Walker until I die. But I wouldn't be mad. I mean, Breece Hall, you could throw his name in there. He is Breece Hall is younger than RJ Harvey, which is just a crazy thought to throw out there. RJ just turned 24 the day before my birthday a couple weeks ago. So there is that. But for me, it would be Kenneth Walker in free agency. And he is, his contract with Seattle this last season was $2.1 million.
Oh, he's getting a big pay raise. Yeah.
Yeah. We could get him. We could give him an extra $3.5, $4 million, and I would be fine with that.
Okay.
And then in the draft.
If you're doing that now, you're not going.
Yeah, you're not swinging big.
You're not swinging big
in the draft.
So, where does that conversation begin?
Yeah, I think there were some good running backs this last season. I mean, it's Jeremiah Love and then the whole rest of the field, honestly. But I think both guys out of Penn State, especially Katron Allen, really caught my eye this last year. The running back out of Nebraska was really good. I see Jonah Coleman's name is
Emmett Johnson.
Emmett Johnson out of Nebraska. Jonah Coleman's name has come up a couple times in the chat. You know, he's like a 5'7" bruiser out of Washington. I mean, you really couldn't go wrong drafting any of these guys. I mean, even Mike Washington out of Arkansas, excellent choice at running back. You know, I really don't think you could go wrong with any of them, and I think you could do it in the second and third round. You could get your guy if you're gonna get swing big, get Kenneth Walker in free agency, and also have RJ Harvey in his second year, who he really started to come around at the end of the season when he had to. Started to look a lot better. I think he's going to have a much better season this next year. And then you have a third guy. You can get that third guy, you know, between rounds 2 to 5, 2 to 4, if they're even going to make, you know, if they're going to be able to make a difference like that. So I think if I had to throw a name out there, I'm probably going to throw out Katron Allen out of Penn State.
Yeah, physical guy, top 5 lists on a lot of people's, you know, like CBS, NBC Sports. I've seen his name, top 5 guy. Yeah, I like that. In fact, I would be happy with Walker or Brees, in that scenario. I don't know. I guess I'm partial to Jadarian Price. But I'm curious. So you've got Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, both from Notre Dame, both with pretty strong numbers. And so then, me being old and suspicious, I start to wonder if, I know that everybody's talking, every year we're talking about how this guy's generational and he's the next whatever. But when you've got 2 guys that are both great from one team, you start to wonder if it's partially the team. And they both look pretty damn good running behind Notre Dame's line and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that's just
Jeremiah Love's been doing it the whole time he's been at Notre Dame, though.
Yeah,
that's the difference between the two.
I think those Ohio State backs have turned out pretty good in the NFL, right?
Yeah. No, I'm not doing the helmet thing. I'm just doing it the same. 2 guys at the same time. Yes, and that actually is a perfect case for that, David. Thank you. But yeah, Love is, he's a real deal. I'm just sad that we can't get him. David, give me a free agent and give me a draft pick.
Can I cheat?
Yeah.
Can I cheat? Because, well, all right, I'll give you a big name and then a small name scenario. Big name, I don't care if he's franchise tagged either. You trade a day 3 pick to ensure you got, an elite running back here that's Breece Hall. Okay. We're talking about spending Darnell Mooney money on a guy max in order to completely revamp our running back room and offense. You do that every time. It's not an overpay. It's still one of the best deals right now in the NFL. So I know I'm probably out on an island there. I'll give up a 5th round pick for Breece Hall. Heck, even a 4th round pick. But if you bring in Breece Hall,
you're not on an island with that. I would totally do it.
And we'd be drafting a running back at that point anyway. So that would
go. Breece
totally
Hall day 3, you always take that and sign him to whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So if we do that, then I see us taking like a 7th round running back, Houston running back Dean Connors, baby. I love that guy.
I have to Google that one.
Watch him. Now, if we don't go that route, Breece is tagged. We can't get him in free agency. Man, I'll stick with it. Go Rico Dowdle, and then you might have to trade up in the 2nd to get him. But then Jonah Coleman, big Jonah Coleman fan. The more I watch Jonah Coleman, the more of a big fan I am. BK said he's the safest bet in the draft at running back. I think he might be right there. I really like Jonah Coleman.
Washington, I think he was at Arizona for a while.
Yep.
He's another 5'9" running back. He's another Hobbit.
Whoa,
man, he's a bowling ball.
I'm 5'6", by the way,
but he's 228, so he's not 5'8", 205. Sorry about the Hobbit. I love Hobbits. I love you, Strez. It's not, you're a great running back. You don't have to be tall, but you got to be big. And we didn't have any meat back there after JK went down. I'm sorry. 5'8", 205 doesn't get it, but 5'9", 228. That's a tough tackle. I mean, that guy's going to be hard to tackle. Strez, what are your thoughts on that young gentleman? I like his Coleman would be fine.
Yeah, he would. It would be sweet to have a guy like him, and I had a chance to watch him, not up close, but like focus in on him. And he gave the Ohio State Buckeyes defense fits this season. And we're talking about an Ohio State defense that's probably going to have 5 first-round draft picks. Like it was one of the better defenses that I've seen from, that school really since I've been a fan of the Buckeyes. And Jonah Coleman and he's shockingly fast also, which is like if you see him, you're like, there's no way this guy's going to run away from anybody. And then he goes and runs away from, outside linebacker. And you're like, wait a second, what is this?
He's a game speed guy.
Yeah, he carries his pads really well. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys, fast 40s, don't carry their pads well. But Jonah Coleman definitely is one of those guys that can do it. And I mean, if he's the guy, that they go and draft. But again, we're still at the point where I don't want to see a 3-back rotation either. So we need to just get someone for security reasons who is going to play maybe 12% of the snaps at running back, and then really just develop RJ Harvey, and then lean on whatever free agent you go out and bring in. It needs to be the free agent RJ Harvey, get the bulk of the carries or the bulk of the snaps, and then the rookie gets 12-15% of the snaps.
Yeah, you develop them, you use them if your starter goes down. But yeah, the 3-back rotation. I think Strez, I actually asked you this question, but I know I've asked it several times on the show. I don't look like I played football, but I did. I played a lot of sports. I mean, one thing I can tell you is that until you get punched in the mouth, you're not really in the game yet. It takes a while to get the flow of the game. And it does seem like just as the running back starts to get hot and a feel for the game, and they pull him out and they put somebody else in. It's like, I didn't like the replacements at the time. I didn't like the timing of it. Rotating out when the guy's standing in the huddle with his hands on his hips. Yeah, get him out of the game. He's huffing and puffing, or he fumbled and then picked it up. For whatever reason, he dropped the ball. Bring him out for a minute. Let him settle down. But pulling, just backs coming in and out like that never seemed to get in rhythm. David, do you agree with that statement too? Let's get the 2 main guys, and then just develop the other guy 5-10 carries at the max.
Now, I'm totally fine with us keeping 4 running backs on the active.
We keep them on the roster. They play special teams.
But yeah, you draft Jonah Coleman and you sign Breece Hall or something like that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a while before we see Jonah Coleman. That's just how it's going to be. Yes. 2 backs, keep a guy, keep these guys in rhythm. Yes, enough. We got to do less swap outs, play to play. I think that's probably the biggest thing we can improve on, is helping less swap outs will help this offense be in a rhythm a little bit more.
Yeah, I like that. Rodney wants to know what you guys think of Sadiq at 30. Tight end, position of need. I mean, if he gets there, I don't know. David, tight end. Bowers, I understood, right? Brock Bowers from last year. Did I get that name right? The Raiders. Yeah. That guy, he's special. On a crappy team, he looked like the best player on both sides of the field sometimes. I got that one. That one I got. Sadiq, I'm not quite there with this guy. So a 1st-round pick. David, I'll go back to you with this one. What would you do if the Broncos walked up and announced that they had taken Sadiq at 30? Well, how would you feel about that?
If we have already shown,
if we've got Breece Hall on the roster,
yes,
yeah, you'd be fine with it.
Here's the thing: it's if we have shown under Sean Payton that we heavily involve the tight end in the passing game, you can sell me on that easily.
I know. We don't even look at him.
But I'm worried about using our 1st-round pick on a guy that our offense a position group that our offense just right now doesn't emphasize, even though we all agree that needs to change. I'd rather go trenches on the defensive line or offensive line first at pick 30 than go tight end.
Strez, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with David. I think Sadiq is gonna be good. He's a big body. He's fast. He's athletic. But I don't think that he is the type of route runner at a tight end that would be designed to play in Sean Payton's offense, because Evan Ingram's probably one of the better route running tight ends in the NFL. And even still, he's the kind of guy that we're not able to really get that involved into the offense for whatever reason.
Yeah, the Broncos were like 18th in tight end targets last year. So not even middle of the pack.
If that's the direction that they want to go, fine. Like you both said, like if we've already taken care of the running back room before whatever day the draft is, April 23rd? By April 23rd, if we've got our running back 1 and our running back 2 settled, then do whatever you want. But if we don't have any new meat in our running back room by April 23rd, I don't know. Trade everything and go get Jeremiah Love. My God, I don't care what it takes at that point.
But if Jadarian Price is sitting there at 30 and they take Sadiq before they take Jadarian Price, I would probably be upset with that. And maybe even now I'm sold on Coleman, but I think that might be early for Coleman. I'm not a draft guru. I don't do that. Biggie, here's the Jets going to transition tag on him. It was a 4th round pick, so they cannot put draft picks on it. I will say that Biggie is always in the comments, and every time he does something like this, I do go find it, and there is truth to that. I don't exactly understand what that means, but if they're putting a transition tag on him, then Brees is very much available.
Yes. So it's the average of the top 10 out of the position group.
I thought that was a franchise tag.
No, franchise tag's top 5.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
this is why he makes $5,000 a show, and I make $50 a show.
And so the team, so it's kind of like a right of first refusal. The team can match an offer, and then kind of like NBA restricted free agency a little bit.
Okay,
you can match an offer, but then if they don't, he goes to that new team, and you get no draft compensation.
Well, I think we all agreed that we got to talk about that, but if it takes a 4th round pick to get Brees Hall, I wouldn't bat an eye. Like, it wouldn't bother me.
No, especially if it was just Devon Vele for Brees Hall when it comes down to it.
Kind of. We're going to be like that. K9 over Brees. Thoughts on K9? I hear K9 being thrown out there a lot these days. Strez, do you have any? Does that have any feels towards you at all?
I would like to see Brees Hall on someone not the Jets to have an actual opinion on that.
That's a great point.
And Brees Hall, he did have that knee injury, but from what I understand, he's been the healthier back out of the two.
Yeah, he's only 24.
No, also, he's a Bronco.
Get this Scattaboo reference off the screen right now before I lose my freaking mind.
All right. So full disclosure.
Forgot you hated him.
I did have an agenda, a Scattaboo agenda last year. It was like your A.T. Perry agenda. It was based in some reality, but I don't know. I was having fun with it. Poor guy went out with a bad injury, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm not sure who the Hobbit is, but it's maybe that's Scattaboo.
He's talking about Jonah.
Oh, not Harvey Small. All right, guys. So let's see if we can come to an agreement. Let's see if we can make the perfect room. Before we do that, David, we do need to talk about Kalshi a little bit, I think.
Dude, let's talk about Kalshi. Let's talk about him. Code DTB, links in the description. Get $10 bonus when you deposit 10. Hey, NFL's over, but we got NBA. We got the freaking Winter Olympics. How about that? And
shout out women's hockey.
NHL, baby. Say
women's
what?
Hockey.
Shout out women's hockey.
Yeah,
brought us home the gold.
Let's go women's
That was
hockey.
scary for a while.
And yeah, join me over there. And yeah, if you like some peer-to-peer sports prediction, that's the place to do it. So shout out to them. I appreciate you you doing that, Mike.
Yeah, you bet, man. It's always great to have
Oh,
you
right
here.
now Broncos Super Bowl odds 4%. That's it.
Time to put some money down.
Yeah,
If you got it.
yeah.
I mean, it's one good way to make money. I had a thought before I build the perfect room, see if we can find a consensus. I do want to address this with you guys. David and I have, David's heard me talk about this. It is possible that we could bring J.K. Dobbins back. Now, knowing Sean Payton, I bet J.K. is pretty high on his list. But if he does it without either getting a free agent ETN or Algier level, something like that to back him up. I don't know if Algier's the right one, but it's probably the same draft quarterbacks you already picked. Like that would still be the backup that he would need. But how would you feel about JK coming back as long as they draft, as long as they do the thing they didn't do last year, right? J.K. Dobbins, drafting him was a great move, even with his injury history. It proved itself out, but then the injury history proved itself out, and the criminal part was that they had no plan B. Hobbits. Sorry, they had hobbits. Just hobbits. We like. How would you feel about J.K. coming back, Strez, with on a Liz Frank, however it's pronounced, and I guess it would be safe as long as they do have a plan in the draft and they do get somebody in the draft or free agency. J.K. Dobbins, bring him back, yes or no?
I'd be okay with it. I'm a huge J.K. Dobbins fan. Been a huge J.K. Dobbins fan for a very long time. But his injury history just really scares me. And I fully believed, I think David and I talked about this like ad nauseum. I fully believed that JK was going to make a full season. I thought we were going to get 17 games out of the kid.
Yeah.
Turned out to be not the case. And I mean, the injury was kind of a freak injury like this. It was, to me, it was similar to like Bo Nix's injury. It was like, when did this happen? How the heck did this happen? Like it was never obvious. It was one of those things that's like, okay, I mean, maybe this is like a once in a million type injury. So maybe that'll be fine next season. But at the same time, I think when you look at the list of free agents, it's for the team, it's probably best just to let JK walk and go sign another free agent running back that doesn't have that kind of injury history, but also is that same level of production. Like that's the ideal signing in my brain.
David, you have thoughts?
Teams get injuries, man. Running back is a room and a position group that always gets injuries. So yeah, you got to sell him on, okay, you say you want to be a Denver Bronco. You say you want to go after a championship. How bad do you want it? Because we will need you to take this sacrifice, not being the starter week one. Maybe you're just in more of a platoon or backup role until most likely an injury happens. But we can imagine riding JK down the stretch of the season instead of the first 10 weeks. Could be an absolute game changer, man. But yeah, I don't think he's going to sign anywhere. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to sign anywhere until after the draft. And yeah, because teams will want to fill that position with guys that frankly don't get hurt every year, whether it's, a soft tissue injury or, a freak injury. Past injury predicts future injury for the most part.
Yeah, I think once you get past Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, and maybe even ETN, Dowdle, I think once you get past that level of free agency, like say we signed Algier, or I don't know, pick your mid-tier, free agent running back. Once you get past that level, I could see them doing that and bringing JK back
Yes.
and doing what you said, give him, you know, a minimum contract with incentives, pick him up late. Now, if he gets picked up, you know, by somebody that wants to roll the dice, and well, that's fine. That happens, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. So I think it could be free agent or draft. Either way, I would be fine with it. I think maybe I'm a bigger fan of J.K. Dobbins. It's like always a freak injury with him. It's like something different every time, it seems. So it's
kind of like Drew Sanders, except he actually plays.
But Drew Sanders is the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Isn't it his knee? Like, doesn't he have a bad knee?
But it was an ankle injury this time.
Well, he's from Arkansas, so one of his legs is longer than the other.
Longer than the other. You don't be like that.
Actually, don't know if he's an Arkansas native.
I actually don't know if his leg's longer than the other. String Guy says, I don't like the idea of trading Moss for less than a first-round pick. I'm going to tell you right now, no, we're not getting a first-round pick for Moss. The problem is that we have a first-round pick riding the bench, and it's a luxury item that I think we might be able to spend elsewhere. So Moss could be, or Jahdae Barron could be trade bait for one of these big name players. Hard to say. I don't want Jaquan gone. I know we're kind of getting off the rails now, but if I had to choose between keeping Moss or Jaquan McMillan, I keep Jaquan and slide Jahdae Barron over there on the perimeter and maybe get something for Moss. What say you, Mr. Strez?
Yeah. If somehow our 17th overall pick is used in a trade, I will lose my freaking mind. Because what?
It was our 17th pick.
Wasn't it 17? Chuck, wasn't he at 17? 20, not 17. Yeah, 20.
Oh, okay.
If we use our 20 overall pick as trade bait
to get George Pickens,
to get someone, yeah, I will lose my mind. I just like
you would lose your mind. You wouldn't trade Pickens for
I do not. I don't want Pickens on my team. I might be in the minority here, but that dude is such a freaking head case. I don't need the crash outs. I don't need the crash outs. They're funny to watch when he's on other teams, but if he's wearing orange and has a crash out, I'm like, what's happening?
Oh, I don't think that happens on a Sean Payton, Bo Nix led team, but we'll see. We'll never know. We may never know.
Crash outs are reserved for
crash outs for the Cowboys.
Put him on a winner. Put him on a winner.
Crash outs for a Cowboy is just like any given Sunday. I mean, that's just what the Cowboys do. They encourage it. I don't know. Well, we can bring up Aqib Talib or a bunch of examples of players that come to the Broncos and
crash outs are not the same thing as having that dog in you. That's not the same thing.
All right, that's fair too. God, I hate when I bring people on that like logically think about stuff.
I don't know. Brandon Marshall was in line with Mike Shanahan, man. He wasn't an issue.
Yeah, that's valid.
All right, there we go. All right, so good.
He went to Chicago though after, and that just kind of
Chicago.
It runs everybody
with bad culture, bad coaches. Yeah,
that's valid. That's valid.
I'm just saying, winning culture and a tight locker room tends to take care of a lot of.
Nobody respects Nick Sirianni. AJ Brown behaved different over here.
Speaking of AJ and Nick Sirianni, AJ Dillon might be available.
No. Dude, that guy has some of the worst vision I've ever seen at the running back position.
Geez, this should have been a mic'd up episode. I could have kept score and had you guys going back and forth. Maybe I'm going to bring you guys back during the mic'd up season. And I'm going to have some great topics for you guys. Looks like the chat pretty much agrees with Moss not being worth anything. So let's close the door on. Okay, we need to fix the running back room. So I guess Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall. Can we both agree that either one of those would be fine, even though we have preferences? We can both agree.
I think with the amount of cap space that we have going into this offseason, if you don't swing at either of those guys,
you're not trying.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing?
So it's April, and we have Brees or Walker on the team. Okay. Kenneth Walker is he's out doing quad stretches and jogging around, watching the draft out of the corner of his eye. Who are you sitting there now to make this the perfect running room? Is it Coleman? Is it Singleton? Who is it that fills that room out? And we're going to the Super Bowl with this running back room. You two have to agree on one.
Oh, we have to agree on one?
Yeah, you have to agree. We're building. I promised these people that we would have the answer for them, David.
All right.
You're going to have to die on a hill at some point in time, but you get to do it with Strez, your Lucifer boys.
Yes. Lucifer boys crossover right here.
That's right. So,
I think we talked both pretty
did you guys talk yourself
about Jonah Coleman?
But if you have a Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall, either or, and RJ Harvey 1-2, do you need to go get a running back that early? Because I feel like you'd have to go pretty early to get Jonah Coleman.
Yeah.
Right now, do we want to go that early? Do we want to use an earlier round pick on something else?
What do you define as an early round pick to you?
Anything between probably 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Days 1 and 2.
I mean, Katron Allen, he's bigger than people think, man.
He's
5'11", 220.
Penn State running back, right?
Yeah. Strez was talking about him earlier.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let us off easy because we'll get up against a wall if I don't. But Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall, Coleman, or Allen. We come away with any combo of those two free agents and those two draft picks. This takes a lot of heat off of Bo Nix and that screen game and those tells where everybody knows what play's coming because who's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then also maybe the tight end group gets involved now. I mean, that's why I say this room is the one that has to be the biggest priority. And it's not just because I asked Strez to come on because I knew that's what he would say, but he's running back expert. He knows what he's talking about. I just want to make sure I wasn't talking crazy. So there's your perfect room. We've got a little time. We got about 10 minutes left. I try not to do too big of a disservice to the chat who has eventually, and as always, David, as you know, goes off. I don't remember where we were. I lost my place, but I thought what's going on, hearing rumors about bringing Singleton and Strnad back. Have you guys heard anything about Strnad coming back as well?
Kliss kind of hinted at it, both of these guys would be a priority. I don't know if that means one or the other or just both of them.
I like Strnad better.
Strnad back.
Yeah, I think we're pretty open about that on late Thursday nights. We're pretty open about how much we prefer Strnad over Singleton, but
yeah.
I mean they've both been in the defense for a long time. Like Strnad, absolutely. Like if everybody's freaking out about if Singleton's gone, who's going to wear the green dot on defense? Justin Strnad could absolutely take up that mantle like in a heartbeat.
I would take Strnad it'd be less money for one. Not that it's my money, but I would take Strnad over Singleton and invest that cap space into the weapons on offense. I've just put this up for Mike. Respect Mike Hose. Follow him on Twitter if you dare. But it says Mike knows ball. Now, here's the thing. My name's Mike Carmelini. I know he's not talking about me. But I just want to put this up here because I'm gonna screenshot this at some point, and then whenever I say something and respect my coach tells me what a effing idiot I am, I'm just gonna put that up and act like it was me. So thanks for that.
Mike knows ball, talking about himself in third place.
He's right.
Mike knows ball.
Mike knows ball. Boston at 30. I don't know who that is. Take him over Sadiq.
He's like 6'4". If you like your wide receivers tall, he's your guy.
He's a wide receiver.
That would be Sean Payton.
Yeah, from Washington.
Yeah,
well,
he's pretty solid.
Okay.
Is he any
not
relation to
it.
David Boston? Has that been confirmed or denied?
I don't know.
That'd be a pretty
Do it.
decent wide receiver family.
Trade back in the Travis says trade back out of the first round. Take Hall linebacker Texas.
Hill Jr. Anthony Hill Jr.
He's
that who that is?
very good.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun. Draft's gonna be fun. Should we pick up Isaiah Likely? Yes, Rodney. We should if we can. Strez, you have any thoughts on Isaiah Likely?
He needs to make sure he gets a half size smaller cleat. He's going to be on this team. He needs to wear small cleats.
This is why Pro Football Hub. You should
Like
be
the hands big and the
subscribing
feet
to Pro
small.
Football Hub, folks. Get
The
out
bang.
there, find it's in the link. Those kind of takes are only on Pro Football Hub from Stress, and also Star Wars takes, which I'm into. BK803. I love Anthony Hill. Huge ceiling. We love Texas players on D. Okay, good. For Pick City, I'll be doing somersaults. Martin, I love you. You're always in here. I don't want you doing somersaults though. Let's start with some stretching. Let's work our way up to it. I'm just talking about myself.
Strez, can I ask you a question?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Thoughts on Omar Cooper if he was the pick at 30?
Now we're talking ball.
That's
I'm
your
trying
take.
to see the vision. It seems like all my friends that I respect love Omar Cooper. So sell me
Dude's
on it.
good. I mean, he single-handedly is probably the reason Fernando Mendoza won the Heisman. If we're being completely honest, he's a fantastic wide receiver, really underrated guy coming out of high school. Coming off of winning a national championship. I think he could bring a lot of juice to this wide receiver room, which is already an incredibly young wide receiver room. But if we were able to land him at 30, if Carnell Tate's gone already, let's just throw that out there.
Right,
If Carnell Tate's gone, grabbing Omar Cooper at 30 would be freaking sweet.
Yeah, you
Either
cut me
him
off.
or walk with me here. Linebacker, Texas Tech.
You go in the first round with Chris Rodriguez?
Brother. Our biggest problem this last season was watching Alex Singleton chase people down the sideline in pass coverage. You know who's not doing that? Jacob Rodriguez.
Okay.
I offered up first round draft picks for an inside linebacker as long as 3 years ago. So you would have no fight from me over that.
He's like the only one that I would even consider doing that for at 30.
Strez, Rodney wants to know if Breece Hall is a good pass blocker. I think he's a passable pass blocker. He's okay.
Yeah, you just got to get in the guy's
Not a
way. And
strength,
honestly, you can also block a linebacker by running a route. Because either they have to go cover you or you're going to be wide open on a hot read. So, like, I kind of like as years have gone on and the league has gotten more and more pass heavy, and we have the quarterback who throws the ball the most in the entire NFL. I'm not really that concerned about running backs and their pass blocking abilities, because if you just send them out on a route, you got 5 guys out there running routes, 6 guys out there running routes. You're good.
Todd says, what about trading out of the fundraising round to get more picks? Normally I would agree that that's a good strategy, but when you're in the Super Bowl window kind of thing, and you're short weapons in 3 of your offensive rooms, if there's somebody there, it really depends on how the draft falls. But I felt like we passed on a few good running backs that could have helped us this year, David, in the draft last year.
We were scared of reaching. We were scared of reaching, but you look back, I think it's pretty clear Quinshon Judkins should have been a first-round pick. I think it's pretty clear that Jaden Higgins should have been a first-round pick, right? So take the weapon there. If none of these other guys we talked about are there, just take the weapon.
Strez, you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you had it feels like they had no plan for Jahdae Barron going into the season in the first place. So if your first round draft pick isn't you have no plan for them.
Dude, I thought it was a panic
take the
pick
talent
the whole way. You know, I thought they were expecting who's the what was it the wide receiver that went to Tampa? I
Agbuka.
can't, wasn't
Mecca?
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
like taken just before us. Like
Yeah,
I
I know.
thought that was our target, and then they were like,
I
"Oh
shed
shit!"
a tear on live.
Yeah, there it goes. And now, oh well, let's take this guy because cornerbacks are harder to find than franchise quarterbacks, according to George Payton.
Franchise running backs, apparently. Apparently, we haven't had franchise running back here in like freaking 20 years. But we have plenty of franchise corners.
That's true. Guys, we're going to
we kind of run that position, honestly.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying how we never find franchise running backs for all these random positions, safeties, corners, edge.
I think the Broncos, I mean, gone are the days of the Terrell Davis zone scheme, CJ Anderson. Even how good would CJ Anderson look on this team?
Right now?
Even at that level. I mean, at prime CJ Anderson on this team.
Oh, my God.
He looks like Santa Claus now.
Also, yeah, and also that's not nice, David. Also, he was undrafted, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we do get ourselves all up in the draft and the tip, but you don't know where our players are going to come from. They could come from
Philip
anywhere.
Lindsay was undrafted also.
That's true. And for a long time, he was our last 1,000-yard rusher. And
still is.
I think he still is. Yeah. The great 199X. Why are we talking about any other running back except for Walker? Well, it's because we don't actually know if we're going to be able to get him, like if he's going to be free. Like right now we think he is, but Schefter could announce that he signed a $30 million contract to go back with the Jets any minute.
Which
like,
I wouldn't be shocked with Charbonnet getting injured in the playoffs like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why we have to talk about other players. And that's why I bring up people like CJ Anderson. It ain't over till it's over. We'll wait until we get the full, and we're going to react to everything, but we'll wait till we get the full scoop.
When does free agency start? Second week of March?
Yeah, it's like we're down to like 17 or 18 days or something, I think now. Maybe 19
it starts
days.
Like March 7th is like when you can start talking to people.
Like
the legal tampering window. Yeah.
Now there's the legal tampering and the illegal tampering, so I'll have to move it back again. Pretty soon it'll be like the night of the Super Bowl. They'll start announcing free agent signings.
But remember, Combine next week. That's when George Payton can start working up some trades, maybe getting an idea of if there's a market for somebody like Riley Moss.
We'll start getting pictures of who George Payton and Sean Payton are talking to, and we'll turn that into the best rumors available. David,
Jonah Coleman will have the most bench press reps of all the running backs.
Really?
Yes. He's 5'9", 230. He's a beast.
Like, do you know how big his thighs are? Or have you got that deep in the weeds? You do? Shut up, man.
He is a thick boy with 3 C's.
We'll take it. I love it. I love the plan. I love how we've solved all our running back room problems. David, I know you got to get out of here.
Yes,
so
sir.
I will see you next Thursday at the latest. I'm going to hang on to Strez for just 5 more minutes.
That sounds good. Y'all have fun. Appreciate y'all.
Yep. See you later, bro. And hopefully the screen will, of course it won't. Like I thought it might fix itself, but it doesn't. So you got time for me to just run down this real quick? Help me out with this.
Yeah, sure.
Caden Ellis, Sproles, probably somebody said. Okay, so this one. So we talked about this. Martin, what did you see? Like what? Like was it his vision, Strez, or was it just not like it was everything kind of wasn't like great vision, great burst, like hard to tackle, like aggressively trying to get just one more yard. Like he just kind of did all the stuff you want to see, like catching the ball off a shoestring. Like he just was really impressive.
And the way he finished that touchdown was
a touchdown. That's right.
Incredibly impressive. Like that was just such a crazy play. Yeah. Honestly, it was really that first Chargers game that was like, yeah, J.K. Dobbins is, and I don't know if it was because it was the Chargers or what, but that was the game where I was like, yeah, JK is something special, and there was, his first touchdown run against the Titans in week 1, he like broke some tackles. It was between the guards, bounced off of 2 tackles and then just like finished it off for the next like 15 or 20 yards or whatever it was, doing that like high step.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was that play right there where I was like, man, this kid like is everything that we have needed in Denver at running back for the better part of a decade.
We hadn't seen anything like that in a long time. And I feel that way about the wide receiver room sometimes as well. The only play that I really remember, and I've seen some great catches, but plays after the catch where it's just like, I'm going to get to the end zone. You're
little
not
Jordan Humphrey against the Raiders a
little
couple years
Jordan
ago.
Humphrey is the only.
Was that the Raiders
one.
or the Chargers? I know exactly what play you're talking about.
It was such a sad but yet unexpected play because it realized, God, I see other teams have players like this, and we don't have any in the running back room. Well, it's not true. RJ Harvey can kind of.
I think RJ Harvey's going to take a very big jump going into year 2. So we might be selling ourselves short at the running back room right now.
Better off than we think. So
yeah, maybe we don't even need.
Problem?
I think his biggest problem is he's only been a running back for 5 years. Because he was recruited into college as a quarterback.
Right. And so he just needs a little more time, a little more seasoning, and the rest will come to him.
It takes a minute to really start to understand like what you see happening in front of you. And, even from the jump from high school to college is one thing with the speed and what you see in front of you. But that jump from college to the NFL, because it's, these are the best people on the planet at this sport and at those positions, and they move so quickly. And, and I think we started to see it late in the season. We started to see RJ take that next step. And that's why, I fully believe that he's going to take a massive step in this next season. And actually, I think he's really going to shock a lot of people. I think, I could see 5+ 100-yard games, total offense, because he's going to be a massive threat in the passing game too. But I think he's very much going to be that Alvin Kamara type back, the Reggie Bush type back that Sean Payton used so well in New Orleans. I think RJ Harvey very much is going to look that way. And he was just a rookie. Like, rookies, they have okay years, a
lot of touchdowns.
It's usually he led all rookies in touchdowns. The fact that he got no offensive rookie of the year votes also drives me up a freaking wall. It's like up there with the fact that Barry Bonds isn't in the MLB Hall of Fame. It's like, I can't believe that RJ Harvey didn't get offensive rookie of the year votes.
I don't know if those are quite equal, but yeah, I get your point.
They are in my brain, Mike. But yeah, I don't know. I think, if he does take that step and we don't get that free agent running back, I'll be okay with that. If we can get 1,600 yards total offense out of RJ Harvey.
Oh yeah, that would
count
be
me in.
Fantastic. However we get him, yeah, that's great. He when I watched him at UCF, right?
Yeah.
He was kind of like I don't know, praised for being patient. He would sit back and kind of wait, and then he would dash, and he was short, so he's hard to, imagine like trying to find him when you're a linebacker, like where the hell is he? But some of that stuff doesn't really work as well in the NFL, and I think, those are lessons that he'll learn. And I think
Le'Veon Bell was like one of one, a guy that can literally come to a complete stop at the line of scrimmage and then start
burst
again.
Yeah.
And just make everyone miss. Like Le'Veon Bell, like, it's such a rare thing to be able to do that. But there is a level of patience that they have to use. And I think he's going to be able to find that sweet spot this offseason. Patient to explosive through. Like, you don't need to be 100% of your full speed as you're taking the handoff.
Right.
But you want to be there by the time you are at the toes of your offensive line.
Yeah.
Like,
make your cut and then get to that speed quickly.
Yeah, and I think when we saw him have his best carries this season, it was one cut go.
Yep.
One broken tackle go. So I think he's going to be able to be that for us this next year.
No, that would
maybe
be
I'm
great.
looking through orange colored glasses.
That's okay.
But I have a I have a high belief in J.K. Dobbins, just based on, or not J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey, based on what we were able to see from him in the ending part of the season, and I mean even really in the playoffs, he looked great against Buffalo.
Oh yeah, no, well the team had a great game in a lot of ways offensively against Buffalo, but he was certainly one of them. And that's nice that it was the last game. Like he,
Yeah,
Even-
if he would
even
have gone
though,
out
like,
and given us a stinker, it'd be like, oh god.
yeah, it's like what left that bad taste. But like he's shown enough. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm excited about him. Like I love him. I just he's not the kind of, he's not Terrell Davis. He's not going to give you 35 carries a game, 30 carries a game. Terrell was averaging, I think, 27 carries a game in his career. So that's a workhorse. Todd says Harvey, Dobbins, and Walker. Yeah, sign me up for that.
That would be, that would be insane.
That's all. I'm just going to title this show Todd 8883 Harvey, Dobbins, Walker. That's going to be it. That's perfect. We spent an hour trying to get to that, and that's what we got to. You got me sold on Walker now, Strez.
Dude, he's fantastic. I mean, there's a reason he won Super Bowl MVP, and it wasn't the kicker. Like,
yeah, I kind of wish they would have given it to the kicker.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that they were in field goal range for the most part that entire game, and it was because of Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I'm fine with either one of them. I just thought it would have been cool to have a kicker like who scored almost every point in a game, like, you know, Super Bowl MVP. Like guys like I could probably beat the shit out of him if I got in a fight with him and he's Super Bowl MVP. That's like, that would be kind of
kickers
cool.
will shock you, man.
Oh,
and
they
will kick you too. Also, it's
all
not
the small guys. All the small guys are always bigger than you think. Strez, you need to get out of here. Look, can't thank you enough for coming on the show. Please, everybody out there, Pro Football Hub is a fantastic YouTube channel. And for you geeks like me, I guess I don't have much Star Wars stuff behind me tonight. I move my stuff around, but he also has a cool show, Gridiron Geeks, right? Is that it?
Yeah, it's a really random show with a friend of mine that I made from TikTok. We both
what's her name?
Dakota.
She's
she's like a TTRPG, she hosts like live charity TTRPG games on Twitch and stuff. And she's a huge Marvel nerd, like cosplays all the time, goes to like Star Wars night at Disneyland. So, you know, we talk, and she knows ball too. And she's a huge Minnesota Vikings fan. So we're able to talk. We talk NFL for 30 minutes and we talk Star Wars, Marvel, Game of Thrones, whatever we need to talk about that week. We talk about that for the last 30 minutes.
Yep,
It's really
I've caught it a few times and loved it. I think it's going to do great. So congratulations to you on everything going over at Pro Football Hub. The guys, he's got all the knowledge in the world, and we'll have you on again. And I meant what I said. I'm going to have you and David on one of my mic'd ups this summer. So we'll schedule that up.
The rematch.
Did he win?
He did, but it was because
I'll fix it and you'll win. Just don't tell him.
Well, I did actually win that one. It was the one running. I forget which running back it was. I was actually correct. I actually went back and looked it up after the show, but I'm
I didn't give you points.
I'm not going to hold it against you.
Oh, well, yeah, I wouldn't hold it against you because I honestly had no idea what I was doing back in those days, and I barely do now. So thanks to Strez for coming on. I'll let you get out of here. I will try and finish up the rest of these comments. I promised I wouldn't keep you too long. So I do want to get through these. I may not know them, but I just like to try and get to as many of that I can. So thanks again, brother. And we'll catch you next time on the show.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate being here, Mike.
Take care.
See ya.
All right, guys. Thanks for all the comments. Let's get to NS Kelly. I know this is running back talk. What do you guys think of Cade Otton? Yeah, we'd love to have him in that room. I think we've talked about that before on the show. Chiefs pick up. Did they pick up ETN? Well, if that's true, then we can scratch the Breece Hall, Walker, or the other ones going there. So if the Chiefs, if that's true, Rodney, that's probably good for them. Actually, he's probably a good fit for them, but that's probably not terrible for us. 2027 draft class going to be generational. You say that every year. Here's a Harvey, Dowdle, and Dobbins would be a fan. Yeah, that would be a good one too. And that fits in the mold I was talking about earlier. If we bring Dobbins back, you're probably going to need another free agent just for, insurance purposes, but you're probably not going to have Dobbins in like a Brees Hall or something. I don't think that's going to work, but that would certainly work. Yep. Elite blocker. Thought you couldn't do much until the start of the new league year. Yeah, you can't, but they can do free agency in about 3 weeks. David says he doesn't see any news on the ETN stuff. So thank you for that. I'm a half hour behind. We've got a lot of Moss. TW, get Moss off my team, man. There's some hate for Moss for sure. Extend McMillan. I agree with that. 3-year deal from Rodney. I suppose we're talking about J-Mac. No one would choose him over J-Mac. See, this is why I try and get through these, because I get so behind on the chats because we get to talking. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Pickens, PK803, good to see you, buddy. Pickens is one of the best wide receivers. He's probably the best wide receiver available. So far, he's available. He's going to cost a penny, but you guys know I'm ready to spend that money. I've talked about that. I definitely want to re-sign Mac, TW, but getting Moss out of here is really just about, like, what the hell are we doing with Jahdae Barron that we took at 20? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, like, Moss, the player, he catches a lot of hate, but he gotta be careful what you wish for sometimes. Like, once the flag started flying, it became harder to love him. But he made a lot of plays for us, and he had a tough job out there playing opposite of PS2. So agree with that, BK. This team needs Pickens. Yeah, man, just overpay. No, it's okay. Overpay. I think we do. I think we do pay if we have to. You guys don't want George Pickens. Trust me, if he knows he ain't the number one target. I know. I just still think that. Let me get rid of this banner. I still think that Sean Payton, and I think that Bo can handle George Pickens. I think George Pickens and Bo go pretty far back, don't they? I don't know. I just think if you're in the right team, in the right locker room, things can work. And if it doesn't, you end up with Jerry Jeudy. So, and Martin, I'm assuming you're saying this based on the comparing him to George Pickens. And yeah, I mean, that is the risk. How is Pickens overpaid? He's on his rookie contract. I think what they're saying is, franchise tag. He's going to be expensive to get. Like, he's going to be an expensive pickup. So it's not really a problem with that. Pickens will stay with the Cowgirls. Yeah, probably. That's probably where it's headed. But you never know. Like, you hang around long enough, we don't know if they're going to do it, guys. Like, if the Broncos are really going to go off and go crazy and the Super Bowl window's open, they need to fix that running back room. But I'm all about spending every dime they got and going for it this year. We still have our offensive line. If Powers is gone, we got Palk there. I mean, I think we're sitting good. We just need weapons just like this right there. That would be a great tight end room and an easy fix, I think, if they could get that. I believe PS2 did. Held him to almost nothing. Absolutely not. I think you're talking about Pickens. Cap space, I don't know. It's hovering around 25 to 30 million, but we can get it to over 50 pretty easily. And with some work, we can get it to 70 or whatever. So no, it's doable. We're in pretty good. We're in pretty good shape there. X players, they are X's for reasons. Maybe somebody was brought up. Somebody else misspoke. Pickens is wanting 30 mil a year. Forget that. Maybe 25 mil max. He's going to get what the market says. Todd, I guess I do have. I guess I do have a level that I would be willing to go to. I think, like David said earlier, it's not that our wide receiver room is terrible. With Ronald Curry coming in, we'll get him to catch the ball. But it would be nice to have a number one wide receiver. But I'd rather spend the money first on the running back room, which at this point I think is just more important. Ronnie comes back in, says, "Let Singleton walk." It doesn't sound like that's what they want to do. So Kliss is putting out that he's a priority re-sign. Katron, I don't know, K9. Just due to playoffs performance alone. Sorry, I get so far behind here. I'm like literally a half hour behind on these. I'm going to start flying through some of these and see if we can get Biggie. I don't know why everybody's so hot. And Harvey, he couldn't run between the tackles. He was third leading player on the team in drops. Yeah, because he's a rookie, I guess. And he had 12 touchdowns. So it's just potential. And you guys will find it, the more you watch this show, like once you're a Bronco, I just kind of like adopt you as like one of my own. So I get very orange colored glasses. This is a very biased show. So I'm pretty biased about players. So I love little RJ. I loved him as a rookie. So maybe it's my bias. Yeah, exactly. Fix the RB room, opens up the tight end, wide end room. That's what we talked about earlier too. I totally agree with that. Singleton must have dirt on VJ. Thank you for your service. Spanish lessons for Greenlaw. That's right, Martin. If you guys don't know, that was the comment that Dre Greenlaw made, that learning VJ's defense was like trying to learn Spanish. So that's why he was on a snap count later in the year. And guys, I think he's going to be a player next year. I think we're going to see the fruits of the Hufanga Greenlaw signings big time next year. That's why the other inside linebacker position I think should be Stroud. He's going to be cheaper. So, yes, and refuses to change. Yeah. So VJ, it's weird, isn't it? So kind of touch one of my hot buttons with VJ. Like, I didn't like the statement he made during the season or late in the season where he said it gets harder later because everybody has film on you. And it's like, that just sounds like a lame excuse. Like, well, you've got film on them too. So that should be a wash. Like, fix, if it weren't for like some great plays, individual effort plays, it wasn't like the defense was like, especially that Buffalo game, like there were some individual efforts that won that game for the defense, but they scored 30 points on us. It's not like our defense won that game for us. So, yep, I agree with that. You guys like the talent at 30? Would you prefer to trade up? Marcus, that's going to depend on who's there. Let's see who we'll see. That Biggie, after the article came out, the fan is over there trying to prop two players up to make it sound like he's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to skip ahead here because I feel like, panic pig. Yeah, these are from before. Those were the ones. Yeah, those were all in. Man, last year just that draft just went weird, and Omari and Hampton, and Trevion Henderson and Judkins and all those running backs we wanted last year would have looked really good in a orange uniform this year. Prime Anderson, CJ definitely would cook with us. Underrated back, superhero when we needed him. Sorry guys, but I bet Singleton comes back. Yeah, he's coming back. It looks like it. Need another linebacker. Don't see Sean or VJ giving up on him. I very well could be wrong, but we'll see. No, it's a new name for me. Ron Harder. I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, they're saying Singleton's coming back. and it's a priority signing. So we'll see. Singleton isn't always right. That's true. He is a mouthpiece. Can be. Should we move on from Powers? Yeah, I think we probably should. Palk was like middle of the pack in the NFL for pressures allowed. So he's a very capable guard, and that's a lot of money to spend on Powers next year. Probably better off getting a wide receiver, running back, and a tight end room fixed up, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd be fine to move on from Powers. If they can do those other things and keep him, that's fine. Sadiq will have a combine that raises his draft. I think a lot of players will. And yeah, he's probably one of them. See if he has a good, we'll see how it goes. You heard us talk about, like, if Sadiq's there at 30, do we take him? I think it was kind of a mixed thing, but if this happens, if we sign Kenneth Walker and sign Dobbins for less, yeah, take Sadiq, because then all you got to worry about is your wide receiver room, which, although is not still missing a true number one, go get him, double team me wide receiver. It's not our biggest problem. Caden Ellis is a name that's come up. Seen that a lot. See the brothers on the Ellis brothers on the field. Don't you wish his brother could play inside linebacker too? He just looks like he could. JK 100-yard back in a very long time, Neff said. Yeah. Aaron Taylor, good to see Aaron. RJ might have the most broken tackles on the team, which is both awesome and sad. Yeah. I guess I'm a little excited about what Strez said on the show a little bit ago. Like, it made me feel better about RJ. Like, he was a rookie who's only been a running back for so many years. Like, he didn't, he was a quarterback for quite a while. So he's still kind of learning the team. Maybe there's something there beyond just being the Joker. Caden Ellis, another Caden Ellis one. Ron, running back, Breece Hall, ETN, Rico Dowdle, and Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver. Well, you want all three of those and Wan'Dale Robinson? Or, because that's obviously impossible to get all that. Yeah, that's the problem. And that's, like I said, if it's a late signing and they bring back Dobbins late in the year, as long as I have a backup plan for him, I'm fine with it. You never know. Like imagine we have Dobbins, like 8 carries a game, and then maybe we save him until week 14, and then we blow out all these teams with good defenses and we win the Super Bowl. So I'm still okay with bringing JK back as long as there's a healthy, younger, whatever free agent. RJ won the Buffalo game and no one talks about that play. Yeah, RJ was great in that game. I think Mims was clutch in that game. I think Bo was clutch in that game. And I think Big Nuts Lutz was clutch in that game. I think it was a lot of players that were J-Mac. I mean, there's a lot of names, but RJ was certainly one of them. He's not going anywhere. Trust me. If I gave the impression that we don't love RJ on the show, that was the wrong impression. That is not true at all. Lone Voice. GP loves previously injured players. Yeah, I know. And that's the problem with free agency, by the way. I had DMAC on the show last year, and he said free agency is like going to the bar and, if you pick up the girl at 8, you're either going to get a girl at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. And he goes, if you're still shopping at 10 minutes to close, that's what you're going to get. And he said, that's what most of free agency is you're getting 10 minutes to close. Brett Hilber says, hi, Tweezy. T-Weezy. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Brett. A better school running back that's got better vision than RJ to be able to see the cutbacks, lane to hit. Yeah, I thought it improved some. Definitely inconsistent, though. Okay. Big E, if he's not going to be that type of running back, you better clean up them hands because he drops the ball a lot. Man, you're a RJ hater. We have an Big E is an RJ hater. It breaks my heart. Brendan Coleman, I worry it's going to end up being a couple scrap heap additions and nothing more. Talking about the running back room, Brendan. I guess what I would say to that is that's how I felt when I saw the statement about bringing Singleton back, and that was our priority. That did make me worry about this. I've talked to a few people since that say no, they realize they need to completely redo that room, and I think they are going to shoot for something big, but we could end up with something mid. So we'll see. Biggie likes the Arkansas running back at Arkansas this year. He's a one cut hole and he's gone. Just got really good vision. Yeah, I think Strez was talking about him tonight. So you guys are going to get out of my comfort zone. The Toledo kid. I mean, if you guys don't know his name, I certainly won't. I've said it a million times on this show. I wish I had time to go dig into all the draft stuff, but I got guys that do it for me, and they left me about 20 minutes ago. So I apologize if I don't know who all these guys are. And then looks like the last comment I got here is the Chiefs are still 12 million over the cap. Yeah, the Chiefs have problems. They got to get their quarterback healthy, obviously, but they're going to lose some players. They're going to be I think they're going to be a good, solid football team next year. I saw that they're favored to win the AFC West again next year, which is just, whatever. Who cares? But they do have some issues. I had a few bookmarks in here. I usually do bookmarks and chat stuff. So Jeremiah thinks that, Jadarian Price could move into late first round conversation. Potential fit for the Broncos, somebody who I think can complete 3 down back to pair with RJ Harvey. Yeah, so that's what we talked about earlier. 30 seems like a high spot for Price, but so this is where you might trade with somebody at pick 40, and get a few late picks and then go after a guy like Jadarian Price. That could move the needle for me and for this team. So a lot of options out there. But back to the whole point of this whole thing. Bo Nix, he did throw. He threw more passes than any quarterback in the NFL. This graphic here, it lists 12 quarterbacks. So just off the top of my head, so you got Bo Nix. I was running out. I should have just shared the screen with you. It probably would have been easier, but Bo Nix, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. These guys are all still so Bo Nix was 612 and Dak was at 600. So those are the only two over the 600 attempts. Drake May was number 12. But the thing is out of these 12 players, you've got Drake May, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert. Was Baker in the playoffs? No, Baker, they lost, right? They lost that game to get into the playoffs. So Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Stafford, Bo Nix. So 7 of these 12 made the playoffs. So maybe, passing the ball too much isn't necessarily like a terrible thing like it used to be. Like if your team had the most runs in a season, it was considered you were probably going to be in the playoffs. But it actually kind of worked out the other way this year with passing the ball. So the game's changed. And Malik comes in and says, Tyler Algier. And he is definitely one of the names we've talked about. He's definitely a possibility. There are a lot. I think we built the perfect room. It's either Brees and Walker or Walker. And then one of the draft picks from there, guys, would make me feel a lot better, make me sleep a lot better, because I think this room is the one that's got to be fixed more than the others. So hang on to your hats. We're going to watch all we're all going to see when free agency starts. First of all, we got to see who gets tagged and, whatever kind of tags they get put under. But We'll see if Penner and Peyton keep their word and say they're going to be aggressive. Super Bowl window's open, like I said, but this is the one room. This is why I titled it this way. This is the move they have to make. They've got to go get one of these two top free agent running backs and then draft up somebody behind him or bring JK back. But you got to go big at running back. Bo cannot be asked to do what he did last year again. It's just too hard. Like, I know he did it every time. I know he won every time we asked him to, but it's just, and what I mean by that, before somebody jumps on my 14-3, the 3 games we lost, the one game we weren't in a position to win was the Jaguars game. We just weren't in that game. But the other 2 that we lost, he actually got us in position to win those games. And on the one, we had the leverage call, so they got a re-kick and they won that game. And then on the other, there was just enough time for the Chargers to come back, and Bo didn't get another chance. There was no time on the clock on those 2 games that he lost. But every other game where Sean said, all right, Bo, you've got 35 seconds, go win the football game, he did it. Either he did it or he and Lutz did it, but Bo did it every time. But that's a big ask. Let's get some running back help. Let's maybe get his passing attempts down into the 500 range. No, and nobody's asking for that, Ron. But that's why I say, like, if we bring him on, let's definitely bring on somebody to back him up. So that's it for tonight. Hour and a half, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. A bunch of you guys, I see you guys out there in the stream. So good to see you guys. Heading to be in Colorado for the next week, visiting my family. So looking forward to that. I'll see you guys from the road. Until next time, though, go Broncos. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. You guys are the best.